Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. Sorry about that. Sorry for the disaster that I have going on at the moment, but this project requires lots of bits and pieces of different things, and I had to color some of them, so my fingers are all inky and all of that. So anyways, we are back for another I Saw It in Somerset Studio Magazine project here, and I'm going with The Strength and Courage by Lynne Moncrieff, I believe. If I said that wrong, I apologize. This is the latest Somerset Studio Magazine, February, March, April 2025, volume 29, issue 1. And I am on page 52, 53, and then obviously it goes on from there. But yeah, these I thought were super fun. I'm not going to be doing a lot of hand stitching just because that's not really my thing. But I do like just all the little bits and pieces and things. So we'll be playing around and see what we come up with, which will be different than what she came up with because I don't have the same things. But, you know, you get the idea. And I don't think I'm going to do a little book. I'm just going to make like journaling cards. But you could definitely take these individual cards, which is what she's done, and turn them into your own little bound journal. And it looks like she's bound it along the edge and then just folded it so that they come open like that, is what I'm assuming, like stitched along here or bound it somehow along the edge. Yeah, so you could also kind of like ring bind it. Ring bound with the rings, or obviously I'm trying to think of how else you could do it. I mean, stitching it and folding it. Yeah. So that is that. And the way I got my cards ready, and I'm using 3x5 cards, but you could use just pieces of paper if you wanted to. I just have loads of these 3x5 cards, so I was like, I'm just going to use them. And I have colored them, and I was going to show you really quick how I did that. And it's the same thing I did to some pieces of fabric. Same exact thing, just obviously fabric instead of cards. And it doesn't get any easier, honestly. So I just take, I have coffee in a little spray bottle, and I do put a little bit of rubbing alcohol in here just so the coffee doesn't mold. But if you're going to use the whole bottle up, then don't worry about it. And then I'm also using Vintage Photo Distress Oxide Spray. So all I did, honestly, was just spritz. And I also used a little bit of walnut, but I think I'm going to skip that for now because I'm just tired of it being on my fingers. And I sprayed with the coffee. So you're kind of like coloring the whole thing by using the coffee because it gets everywhere. But you get a little darker bit using the coffee. Okay. And then, like I said, I kind of splattered some walnut stain just to get you some darker spots and things like that. But I mean, you can make them as dark or light or however you would like. So that's what I did to those. And then I have this Gigando mailing envelope you can see here, and I'm just gonna flip it over and use it for my backing because it's a nice thick like paper bag type stuff, and I think it'll back these well because 3x5 cards, if you know, are so floppy thin. I mean, you could use it by itself, I guess, but I like my journaling cards to be more substantial than that, so I'm gluing mine to some paper here. And I guess I could have done this ahead of time, but I was like, I already did all the spritzing and spraying, and anyway. So how is everybody? I hope that you're all doing well. I'm having a great day. It's beautiful out. Got to go for a walk, which always makes me happy. Gets my brain in the right place for the day. But yeah, it's really nice here today. But it's supposed to snow day after tomorrow, so I don't know. It's that time of the year. Spring is always nutty here with the weather. It's up, down, all around. So you never know when you wake up in the morning what it's going to be like. And that's normal. It's the same in Nevada. I think that's it, pretty normal everywhere. And I'm just going to try not to like get the ripped spot and stuff like that. But not really worried about it because this was going to go in the trash. So I saved it from the trash, at least most of it, to live on as backing for journaling cards. These would make really cute little books, like tag books, you know, and I may end up doing that. I don't know. I'm just going to try to make some, and if I use them as journaling cards, I use them as journaling cards. If I decide to bind them, then there we go. But at the moment, I'm going for journaling cards. You could also do a technique like this, even using 3x5 card. You might have to orient it the other direction. Well, I guess not. It depends on how you want your card to go. And then make greeting cards out of them, like make them the toppers for your greeting cards, because they're nice and thin, so it could just be your base, you know. And then just mount them on greeting cards. So if you like making cards more than journals, then you can do that. I need to say hugs and blessings to Susie, Sue, Sherry, and Barbara. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your kind comments. I really appreciate all of you so much. Welcome to new subscribers. Welcome back to those of you that have watched me for a long time or a short time. I appreciate all of you 100%. And I would love it if you haven't subscribed, if you would like and subscribe, comment. I do answer my comments, and I love hearing from you guys. It really does help my channel, and I know you get tired of hearing about it, but it's all I can do, because that algorithm is evil, especially to us crafters. I feel like, because, you know, we're just never going to have the huge group watching. Well, there are a few that do. I'm not one of them, but yeah. And it's just real hard to, that's not going to fit, to get more viewers. Because we don't get pushed out in the algorithm. So if you have certain people you like to watch, it helps to like, subscribe, do all those things. I don't know how many of these I'll do. I'll do one more and then I'll stop, because I probably won't get that many decorated, but I probably could have done this much more. I don't know. Much better, but I just like this paper. It's so nice and thick. So I was like, it's perfect for backing things. Okay. Now I need to cut those out. So what I might do is pause for just a minute, get these cut out, and I'll come back. All right, I am back, and you guys are probably all laughing half to death at me because I am such a ding-a-ling. As some of you may have noticed, I did them on the wrong side so that, like, I made this the back, so all these black marks and stuff were on the back of my cards. So I just covered wherever. So those are my decorative ones. I did it on purpose. Come on. Oh my goodness. Anyways, so we can start with these. I might, gosh, you know, I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I think I'm just going to make journaling cards, because I think I'll probably orient a lot of them this direction rather than this direction, because you can't put this into a pocket this way. It has to go this way, if that makes sense. Because it's too wide to go in most journal pockets that way. So I think I'll orient them this direction. And because of that, I need a piece of paper. They would be hard to bind, obviously, with just this little bit over there. So that's why I say I think I'm going to use them as journaling cards. So then I can just do whatever. But yes, like I said, they would make fantastic like a little tag book type thing. So definitely. Well, I could hinge them this way. That's true. So I'm not even going to worry about it. Thank you to whoever said that. I heard you. Oh my goodness. So yeah, how are you guys doing? I hope that you're doing well. I really am. I think I will stamp this first, just to give it a little something in the background there. I need, right in front of my nose, this. I also have some Tim Holtz tissue I might use. So I might not cover it entirely. Obviously, you can do it the other way too. I'm just doing it this way. So it just sort of gets it a little bit in spots and not every, pretty much covered it, but you know what I mean. It just, and I might use a little of this. And these are just those, I'm sure you guys have seen them a million times. I like to just use bits of these. If I can tear it, that is. Don't have a whole lot going on. Like I said, just did my walk and prepping for this video. Kind of took me most of the morning or day. It's just all the steps, you know, getting everything together. Well, mostly getting it dry. It was fast spritzing them and doing all that. It's just waiting for stuff to get dry. And I did blow them with my heat gun, but that just takes forever. Especially with the fabric, you know, because it really soaks up the coffee. But this one just looked so fun. So thank you for joining me. I think I'm going to round my corners. Maybe I'll wait till I get all the things on first. I'm not even sure what I want to use. I usually kind of lay stuff out, but I did not do that this time. Need something bigger kind of in the middle, I think. I was going to use that other one. I even inked it, and now I'm not. No, I'm not using it. It'll get used. I just like how it's all bits and pieces of things. Oh, you guys know I like that if you've been watching me for a while. But that's the way a lot of those things in the magazine are. And I got another magazine, the Art Journal magazine, and I might do a project out of one of those. I'm not going to do those all the time because that's really hard to do 2 of these a week. Like I said, it's very time consuming to get everything together when I'm already doing other journals and things like that. So this is just like muslin or something that I ran through my sewing machine. So like I said, I'm not going to do a lot of, what do you call it? Hand stitching. So I thought some machine stitching might be fun. And she did some hand stitching on just some fabric, but I thought it would be kind of cool. And I just did these marks with my little white pen that I have. to get those. I just liked the look of the little dashes. But you could definitely hand stitch on a piece of fabric some little white dashes or X's or whatever you like. It's just a white gel pen on that kind of brown paper, a thinner version than I used to back these with. I do have a button that already has a thread through it, which makes it awesome. I don't use a lot of buttons on things because they're so thick, but I did grab some buttons. I could use a key. I might do that and like ink it up. Yeah, I do really like buttons, the way they look, but I don't like how thick they are in a journal. I do have some paper buttons too that work. If you can't see, I'm just adding a little bit of the vintage photo onto that, and that's the Distress Oxide, so when I spritz it with this little bit of water, it'll oxidize, and now I have it all over my fingers. I need to clean those bottles off. It's my own fault. It's stuck on glue. Just some Sharpie. And I'm just, you know, barely touching the edge kind of thing. Just the little marks and scribbles and whatnot. Because as you can see, my hands don't stay don't draw straight lines because I got a little trimmer. But it'll give it a little like dimension, you know. Just make it interesting. Okay, so I'm going to glue those down. I'm going to ink this. So yeah, just find bits and pieces that you have. You don't even have to have any old stuff. This is from my digital, my Faye, that fairy digital I'm using. Nothing there is old. So, and on this piece, probably the oldest thing is maybe that muslin, but it's not even old. So just use what you got. And you can ink it and crumple it and do all kinds of things, and it'll make it seem as though it's old. Hands don't want to cooperate today. Oh, you know what I could put is, well, I might use that on something else. I think that will work. I think this will stay on just fine with the glue stick, but I will add just a little PVA glue to make sure it stays because we don't want it coming off. I just use regular old PVA. I'm done buying expensive glues because I don't see the point. Not that anything I ever used was all that expensive, because I usually use, what do you call it? Aleene's, and it's not expensive. But if you like Fabri-Tac, go for it. Because that would probably work the best. I'm just not a fan of Fabri-Tac. Sorry, I didn't know that was going to be all clogged up. Hubby's down in the garage again. And this, I am definitely using the PVA because it's going on top of fabric. And I don't want it to fall off. But it should stick fine because the glue is coming through the back of the fabric too. Okay. And then, like I said, I'm going to round the corners. I just think it'll look better. Now I'm all sticky. So just like that. And I may stitch around these. I don't know yet. I probably will because I seem to do that. All right, so there's one. Just very simple. I mean, I think you could build a bunch of these real quick. Real quick, like. I guess I'll try one this way. And these are just all different plain cotton fabrics I have that once I put the ink to them, you know, they turn colors like that. The sticky icky hands. This one's still a tiny bit wet. I think I might use an old, or not an old, this piece. I'll use that piece. Whatchamacallem? You're like, I don't know, what do you call them? Rusted. Safety pin. And I rest my own. I do have a video on that, but essentially what it is 2 teaspoons of salt, 1/4 cup of white vinegar, and 1/2 cup of hydrogen peroxide. And put your metal pieces in there. Make sure you get paper clips and things that will rust, because there are, oh, that's what I need to do. I need to stamp the back of that or something. The rust-proof ones, and doesn't work. Can't rust them. Well, I mean, they kind of rust, but they don't really rust. So just make sure that you've got, are these both the same? No. This has the bugs. Make sure you have the ones that will rust. I didn't know that was a thing. Went to the dollar store, bought paper clips, and lo and behold, they would not rest. I mean, they get a little brown on the edges and stuff, but it's not real effective. I'll just say that. So make sure you check that before you get all excited thinking you're going to have some rusty paper clips. I haven't found it as much with the safety pins, but I'm sure they also make those the same. So just, and it usually says on the packaging, won't rust or whatever, rust proof. So I would have thought the ones at the Dollar Tree would have been easy to rust, but nope. Which, I mean, normally you wouldn't want them to rust. We're just weird and like it when they rust. You could put this down with matte medium or Mod Podge too. I kind of just like to glue it down. This one's nice and thick after having all of that stuff on there. Paper thickness is what I'm talking about. If you're like, what are you even talking about? Talking and crafting doesn't work really great, I'm going to be honest. At least it doesn't for me. I'm not really worried about the middle because the fabric's going to go there, so. Sticks to my hand. Let's see. Oh, I know. They look cool. I tried this on wax paper thinking, oh, surely wax paper will work fantastic for releasing the tape. Not so much. Just an FYI. This is that faux Scotch tape that you just use these Ranger, or you can use any, but alcohol ink is what you have to use on it to get it to work. We'll put our pin, not pen. I do that a lot. Let's not poke ourselves. We can help it. As I've said before, just be really careful after you rust these because they don't poke through very easily anymore. They lose their point on the pin, and then it's a little bit rough to poke them in, but just watch fingers. Luckily, I've had my tetanus shot lately, so still don't want to poke myself. Yeah, I like that. I feel like it does need more things. This is some of that velvet trim that I just dyed a little bit. That might work. Number could work. Sorry, don't know what he's doing. It's too little. Yeah. That needs just pieces of playing cards. Ooh. I got carried away on that one. My awesome friend Carol sent me some round playing cards. They're downstairs, but thank you, Carol. I've never had round ones. I've only ever had, you know, rectangles. I didn't even know it was a thing. These are just pieces of some playing cards I have, obviously. Yes, that was a lot, I know. I really don't know what he's doing. I'm kind of scared. What is he taking apart now? I forgot I need that to go under. Yeah, but let's put this on first. Okay. Sawing the crud out of something. He was so quietly on his computer in the office all morning. Not no more. Oh, actually, I kind of like that. Fold it up. That one's fun. I like it. Woo, that went flying. I haven't done that one. Oh, I'm going to be picking those up for days. I guess you can stick it this way in a pocket. Doesn't really matter. I just know that they're too long. Actually, they're not. They're 3x5, right? Yeah, they'll work. That would actually be kind of a cool pocket on a page. I'm super smart sometimes, you know. They just look too long to me for some reason. This one I think I will turn this way. And what do we want to put? Dunno. I have strings. Look at all the strings. I like strings, sort of, sometimes. I'm just sitting here thinking, I wonder what he's sawing. Okay, I'm gonna stamp this one because I liked the way that other one looked. I'm gonna just kind of get the top. Whoa. There we go. Common fractions. Do not like fractions. I've gotten way better at it since I started, out on my own cooking and all those kind of things, but still not my fave. Never did understand it when I was in school. My brain does not math well at all. This is old paper that I had. Take it that way a little more. What else do we want to put on this one? I like this better. It's not long enough. Yeah, I have all these strings. See, this is always the dilemma. I don't know how I'm going to get that to stay on there. I think I want not so much. That might have to have a stitch going through it. I apologize, y'all. It's so loud. Hold on just a minute. Okay, I'm back. So what I figured out is to stitch this on. I was sitting here looking at it thinking, how is that going to stay glued? So I stitched it all together there. And he should be just about done with the noise. He's moving the Glowforge down to the garage, as I've mentioned several times now. And he got the part that he's been waiting for. You have to put a hole in the wall because you have to vent it to the outside. So you have to kind of use like a dryer vent type thing. So he got it, and he's very excited to move it down there. So anyway, it's still going to go for a little bit, but he should be really close to done. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of just tuck this behind and glue it so that this, and I just stamped that. I inked it and everything the same way I inked everything else. And then I just stamped it with, I have these little numbers. So I just did 1-4 for fraction. Yeah, because I'm like that. All right. Yeah, I go down there. I'm like, did you remember I'm doing a video? He's like, oh, is it loud? It's literally right under me against the same wall that, you know, on the same wall that I'm on. He's cute. Oh, I need to put that behind, huh? There. I'm all about the dinginess today. Okay, I want to add just a little bit more. I need more glue. We'll see how it goes. But I do like that. Oh, don't fall away, little strings. You must stay. I might have to glue that down. I don't know. Or ink the back, I guess I could do. It just is very white on the other side. I don't know how it got through that tub of ink and coffee with the white back, but it did. Yeah, I like that. I kind of feel like it just needs one little something that maybe has some color. And I don't know what. Yeah, I think just a little something like that. I mean, you don't have to have color. You can go all neutral. But I just wanted a little color. I guess I should have waited. It looked like he was about done, but clearly not. That's kind of cool looking. I like it. With all the little fibers, strings and things. Oh my word. All right. So I think we will stop there. Oh, except I want to put that. I want to put this on. For no other reason than it's just so loud. The little stickies are kind of not coming off. These are just little pearls that I put some of that alcohol ink on for one of my other, I saw it in Somerset Studio Magazine videos. So that's all these are. They're those cheap little pearls. You can get the little, I don't know what you call them. They're not even rhinestones. They're just like metal, shiny things. And you can do the same thing to those. The complete thought will eventually come out of my mouth. Oops. Okay. So there's that one. So we did 3 of them. That's pretty good. They do take a minute, but not bad. You could definitely make up a bunch of them. This one's kind of the most boring one, but it kind of happens like that when I very first start a project. It's like I have to get into my flow. This one's just a little more flat, I guess we could say. Yeah, kind of like that on there. We'll add it, why not? Obviously, mine are very different than hers. But I think that's how it is. And it's good. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I apologize again for the noise. Hopefully someday things will go back to normal. But anyways, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Give this a try, and I will see you again soon. Love you. Bye.